monitoring.
Action against the man accused of setting an Ontario warehouse on fire. The list of charges he's now
Oh, Tulare County. Yeah, we're monitoring it. They don't have me doing it right now, though. Okay, bye.
Several people arrested for fraud
Bye.
to the tune of nearly $300 million.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Amy Johnson.
I'm Juan Fernandez, and this is CBS LA at 4. Now at 4, the suspect in that massive warehouse fire in Ontario, expected in court tomorrow.
Now, the accused is actually an employee who allegedly posted the crime on social media. CBS LA's Joy Benedict is live in Ontario with the charges he's now facing. Joy?
Yeah, guys, Jamal Abdul-Kareem now facing 7 felony counts of arson. Those charges being filed late this afternoon as we are learning more about what took place inside that warehouse early Tuesday morning.
All you have to do is pay us enough to live.
This cell phone video is startling. The sear, clear. This does not look good. As a 1.2 million square foot warehouse in Ontario went up in flames Tuesday morning.
I heard a noise. It was like sizzling.
This worker, who doesn't want us to show his face, was one of 20 people inside the building at the time.
It was in different locations, but the fire was being set up. I'm very sure that this man was running, splitting aisles, just lighting.
Police very quickly detained a fellow worker inside. Jamal Abdul-Kareem, who was officially charged with 7 felony charges Thursday, including aggravated arson. This after he appeared to post video on social media of him starting the fire, a surprise to his fellow co-workers.
Going in, even fist bumping this man, like, hey, have a great day. Like, you're gonna do great today. You don't come to work with those intentions and then ruin everyone's life. Like, you're ruining people's lives doing this.
This worker says Abdul-Kareem was quiet and complained a little about the company, but nothing that alarmed him.
He seemed like the nicest, genuine soul, but I guess you can't trust anyone.
With the building destroyed, he is fearful for his job and everyone who works there.
How am I gonna do this? Like, how am I gonna survive? Like, none of us can now.
The company that runs the warehouse issued a statement saying, "We are in the process of placing all our impacted employees at other NFI operations within the area."
I don't know what's in store for me, and that's why I'm very worried. I'm very worried. Everyone should be worried that he has been working in that facility.
But this worker says these last couple of days he's gone through many emotions, angry, sad, and surprised, because he never would have thought anyone would have done this. Certainly not someone he knows.
There goes your inventory. You don't go and burn a building down because of your life inventory. You're gonna make other people's lives worse. It's absurd. It's absurd. It's chaos.
Certainly a lot of feelings from so many who work at that warehouse and understandable.
Hey, YouTube. Good afternoon. Hey, Miguel. Hey, Joe.
It is scheduled to take place here in Rancho
Omar, how are you?
Courthouse.
Joy, thank you. Now to ICE raids in the Inland Empire, right in front of a courthouse and a CBS LA crew. This happened right in front of our news van parked outside the Rancho Cucamonga courthouse. Our team was there covering a different story and saw about 10 ICE officers swarming a man walking up to the courthouse. Now it's still unclear if he was there for immigration issues or something else. Several people told us they were volunteers sounding the alarm and yelling at the officers. We later saw 2 other people taken into custody. Volunteers told us ICE is there every week conducting these raids.
Well, a man accused of stabbing his girlfriend to death is in custody after an hours-long search in Sylmar. Police closed off the area this morning around Orange Grove and 8th Street to Hubbard and Foothill. Now, this all started last night when the LAPD responded to a stabbing call where a woman in her 30s was killed. Police believe the man who killed her is her 35-year-old boyfriend.
It's terrible. The violence is coming every day to our houses, and it's sad. It's sad because they're there to look at girls, but it's the reality we live right now.
Well, there was a school in the police search area, so LAUSD relocated staff and students from Ridley Montanez Dual Language Academy to McClay Middle School.
We have an update now to a deadly crash in Colorado involving young hockey players in Southern California. This afternoon, a snowplow driver involved in the crash has been charged.
Simon editor Mike Rogers is at the desk with what that man is now facing.
Yeah, you know, Juan and Amy, you'll remember this crash. The team was up there in Colorado. One of the parents was driving the Sprinter van when this plow came out on the wrong side of the road, lost control, and forced the van off into the bushes there. I'll show you some video here of what we're talking about happening there in Colorado. There you see the snow plow. Now we know from the investigators in Colorado, and with our help with our friends at CBS News Colorado, they have charged the plow driver in this. Now he is only facing a series of misdemeanors. They're not accusing him of being under the influence or anything like that. It's simply charges like failure to maintain a lane, failure to maintain a lane causing death, and other types of traffic violations related to all of that. All of the counts against him are misdemeanors. The case will now be referred over to prosecutors there in Colorado for final charging determinations. This was a state snowplow operated by a state employee. And you remember we told you that the snowplow lost control, crossed on the wrong side of the road, ultimately hitting the van, sending it careening down the hillside there. Now, we do know that the team did lose, like I said, the father there, one of the fathers that was the van's driver. Several other of the kids were hurt. One of the moms was in the hospital for an extended period of time. So that driver now facing those charges after authorities in Colorado decided to make an arrest in this case, guys.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More breaking news here at 4. 2 people killed in a small plane crash on Catalina Island. The LA County Fire Department says the 2-seater plane last tracked near Salta Verde Point on the southwest part of the island. Nearby roads and hiking trails are shut down for investigation. It is getting cloudier and cooler out there, and there's more change on it.
Meteorologist Evelyn Taft here as we look ahead to a next weather alert.
Is Legos one word or two? I mean, 2 G's. That's 2.
We'll check back later. Evelyn, thanks. LA Mayor Karen Bass this morning announcing new funding for affordable housing with the release of $300 million in affordable housing funding and another $14 million to prevent Angelinos from losing their homes. Bass said the goal here is to prevent homelessness and make housing more affordable.
Los Angeles has become too expensive, and we know that one of the leading drivers in making the city so difficult is the price of housing.
Bass says in addition to those funds, she is working to update rent stabilization laws and anti-eviction programs and expediting the construction of 40,000 affordable housing units.
Well, as the unions representing LA teachers and non-teaching staff are set for a possible strike next week, parents are pleading for a compromise to keep schools open. The union representing non-teacher employees is demanding more pay and more stability for its 30,000 members, and at the same time, teachers are also threatening to strike as they ask for a 16% raise and for more funding to go into classrooms and student resources. At a news conference this morning, parents urged LAUSD to meet workers' demands.
Our children's education should never come second to private companies. School budgets should reflect what our students actually need to thrive. As a parent, I stand with educators and workers as they fight for a fair contract and call for the district to put a meaningful offer forward so that we can avoid trauma and strife.
Well, there was a mediation session today between the district, LAUSD representatives, and the union for district workers. The teachers union held a bargaining session with the district just yesterday.
Vice President J.D. Vance will head to Pakistan tomorrow for negotiations with Iran as the fragile ceasefire remains in place.
And new this afternoon, Natalie Brand reports the U.S. will also host talks in hopes of another ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon.
Social media video from a young girl in Lebanon shows the moment an Israeli airstrike hit this Beirut neighborhood. Israel says it's targeting Hezbollah-linked terrorists, but Iran says strikes are jeopardizing the fragile ceasefire with the U.S. Israel said Thursday it will open direct negotiations with Lebanon, expected to begin next week. It comes as Vice President J.D. Vance is preparing to lead talks with Iran this weekend.
If they don't give us what we need, then I think it's going to be bad, but I'm optimistic that the Iranians are going to be smart, that they're going to negotiate in good faith.
President Trump on social media has warned that U.S. ships, aircraft, and military personnel will remain in the region until the real agreement with Iran is reached, emphasizing no nuclear weapons and that the Strait of Hormuz will be open and safe. NATO Secretary
Hey Gary, good afternoon.
today on what he described
CC, what's up? Andrew, hello.
on Wednesday argued NATO allies are stepping up to help secure the strait.
And without exception, allies are doing everything the United States is asking. They have heard and are responding to President Trump's request.
Iran claims the Strait of Hormuz is open, but traffic remains limited.
It is inside our water. So we have to be very careful for the safety and security of tankers and vessels.
Oil prices went back up Thursday, impacting small business owners like Tony Stafford.
Our biggest competitor now is the gas pump, and every dollar that a person has to spend additionally at the gas pump is a dollar less in the communities that they support, the restaurants.
Experts say it could still be weeks before gas prices start to significantly fall. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Up next, cracking down on fraud costing taxpayers millions. More than 20 suspects accused of running an elaborate scheme, including stolen identities and bogus medical charges costing hundreds of millions of dollars.
And from bracelets to a shout out from Travis Kelce, we're hitting the field with a fearless flag football team inspired by their favorite pop artist.
10. And getting ready for Splashdown, the final hurdle for the Artemis II team as the Cosmic Explorers get set to return to Earth. Those pictures of the planets are crazy, right? Have you seen those?
Yeah, so cool.
That's it. St. Louis was one of those names, like something.
Brittany Arlen.
Yes. And what did she say to you? Anything?
No, you just say said hello.
Glad to be here.
Trio Ash, okay, thank
And
you.
I will be at to main left. Yes.
I just run into her for the first time.
So is she a weekend reporter?
She's off Mondays and Tuesdays. She's night
Yes.
time, yeah. So she's off on Mondays
She's
and
on my
Tuesdays.
old schedule many, many years ago. On Monday, Tuesdays off.
Yes.
And did you know what, that I never once thought of asking to get off Monday, Tuesday? Never once. It never crossed my head.
Really? You were just like,
Gia wanted off, he finally. It took a while, but
Yeah.
it's like, just never thought you could ask. Just like that's what I mean.
that's what I mean, yeah. Well, you do it.
And then when I was working weekends, it was still Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah. All those years. 9.5 to be exact, but who's counting?
Yeah, I think I was around this, well, the anchoring part at least 6-ish, and then reporting, who knows?
So you reported weekends.
Yeah, when I first started here.
But then, weren't you Monday through Friday at one time?
Yeah.
When I got here, you were Monday through
Yeah,
Friday.
Monday to Friday. When I first started here, it was a Monday to Friday dayside report.
Oh.
Then I went to night side. Then I went to weekend night side. Happy now.
I've never in my career I've never had a scheduled, like my schedule has never been weekends during my career. Never. But I always think but what I did get stuck on at every station was overnights. So I feel like that's you either do weekends or you do overnights.
The slots that open up
Yeah.
most often.
Overnights is miserable.
Taylor Swift's love for football has inspired a generation of little girls to hit the field in Orange County. They even scored a touchdown with her fiance, NFL star Travis Kelce. CBS LA's Michelle Geely introduces us to Costa Mesa's KC Swifties.
Oh, cute.
With the
girls breaking a banner painted with Taylor Swift's lyrics. Costa Mesa's KC, short for Kansas City Swifties, are all about Taylor. And girls playing football.
So we love playing football. We all love Taylor Swift, and we love playing together as a team.
But unlike other sports teams, the names on these girls' jerseys are the song titles of their idols' hits, like Karma, Gold Rush, and Fearless. The 7 and 8-year-olds
What about that Ophelia song?
with glittery
Right
bows
in the back of one of those little girls'
collars,
shirts.
tattoos, and friendship bracelets. The KC Swifties' ultimate goal is always fun.
Hey guys.
Hi, it's the radio.
Hey Mike. Hello. Hi.
Well, I've seen this before.
Oh, it's my favorite shirt, my favorite biking shirt.
When I see one on Saturdays when we're out biking.
Oh, I see.
We're hitting the trails.
Does this mean you're biking today?
No, I'm taking her to Flyman Canyon to hike.
Oh,
So we're doing a tour before we get that.
you know George Clooney's house, so you can point it out to her, right?
You know, we sold it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. The Christian McCaffrey.
For a while.
Yeah, he sold it. It was an off-market sale like 6 months ago. Good for him.
Well, welcome.
Make some money.
Hello, boss.
Hi.
How are you? Hi, I'm Mike.
Stephanie.
Nice to meet you, Stephanie. How are you?
Nice to meet you. Good.
Good.
We don't have any of the files?
What are you doing on the cameras?
No, he's
What's
the
that?
desk guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean the files.
It's not the live desk. We got offended at that. I mean, I get it.
I don't. He does. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
What files?
What?
What files?
For the NAB video?
No, because they get cleaned out every week.
So, oh, you were just gonna download it and shorten it?
Yes, but then I found when I sent it to the Z, it sends a copy to Stratus, and so I was able to pull that copy out of Stratus instead of using it off YouTube.
Oh, right. Okay. So you
Artemis II's historic trip
Yeah,
in space
yeah.
is winding
And I
down.
trimmed it and then sent this file. Yeah,
Getting ready to
yeah.
return home tomorrow night. Their crew has already documented new lunar craters, scars, and surface features never seen before this mission. And as scientists begin to analyze the new material, NASA teams on the ground are prepping for Orion's re-entry and splashdown.
We've reviewed all the systems, we've reviewed all the re-entry procedures and activities, and we're ready
Hey,
to go.
you want to fly out there tomorrow or no?
Job walking through those,
No,
ensuring
okay.
that the systems on board
I'll tell you why
and on the ground are ready to support it.
next.
Main objective, getting the astronauts back home safely. Of course, Orion is set for a fireball re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. They're going to be zooming in at the speed of around 35,000 feet per second to the splashdown site right off the coast of San Diego. And our Michelle Gili, she's going to be there reporting live starting on CBS LA at 4 p.m. So stick with CBS LA for the very latest on NASA's Artemis II moon mission.
Well, the Atlantic hurricane season could see fewer storms than usual. That's according to the first major forecast for tropical activity. Researchers from Colorado State University estimate 13 named storms, 6 of which are expected to become hurricanes with the possibility of 2 reaching a category 3 or even higher. Forecasters are tracking El Nino conditions that usually break up the storms before they fully form. Experts say it's still early and things could change in the coming months. The Atlantic season runs from June through November with peak activity in the summer.
Well, Amy, people in Hawaii are filling sandbags ahead of a potentially dangerous storm. Right now, the entire state is under a flood watch. Experts say some areas could get months worth of rain in just a few days. Honolulu has already identified several potential shelter sites, and hey, some people might need to evacuate. You may remember the state was hit hard last month by rains and flooding. The peak of the rain is expected today into Friday.
They've enjoyed so much.
Sure.
And we are expecting some rain as well.
Yeah, but nothing that extreme. The meteorologist Emily Taft now with more on the next weather alert in place right now. Ed?
Without a speaker, I don't know when the mics are hot, you know?
Well, it's not hot. We're open.
Yeah, I'm just like, I always assume if you don't hear that there's a hot mic in the room.
Hot mic. Hot mic, baby. Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing Fryman today, and then we'll do Wisdom Tree Burbank Peak tomorrow.
Nice.
So we're going on a nice hiking spree.
Those are two great spots to hit. Make sure you grab a little bottle of water here before you go.
It's a good idea.
We got some right here.
No on the tomorrow, because I was talking to Miles Doran, the coordinating space with
Yeah.
UF grad. Miles Doran, do you know of him?
What year?
I don't know. But before your advisory council time. He said, look, splashdown, like it could be literally 25 miles offshore, 500 miles
Yeah.
offshore. And even if it was 25 miles, no matter what the TFR says, there's no way the Navy is going to let you guys get close enough
Yeah.
to see anything worthwhile.
Yeah.
So he's like, don't even bother.
Just
And
take
then
it off
you'll
the
be that
NASA
out of
feed,
pocket.
right?
Right, but we were hoping to do something a bit different, because what the NASA feed doesn't show is what I want to be able to see. Like
Yeah.
the approaching boats, they don't really show that, they'll stay on the craft.
Yeah.
Like the things that they are not showing you is what I wanted to be able to show. But if we can't do that, and then the chopper would be so far out of pocket, but we're the only ones with a chopper with pontoon skids where we can land on the water, so we can fly over the water, nobody else can.
Got it.
So if we had a differentiator like that, it could have been really important for splashdown coverage.
Well, I'm glad you said no, because my next question would have been, I want to do
I
it.
know what your next
Yeah.
question would be. So, and rest assured, if I said yes, then the follow-up would be no.
Hey, once a quarter. This is my
Once a
quarter. This is
No,
my quarter.
You just did it last
All
week.
right, Ed, thank you so much. A romantic getaway turns into a criminal investigation. The husband now in custody after his wife went missing in the Bahamas.
Plus, a skate park that helps kids stay in class could be running out of time. The threat to a lifeline for students.
Going through ATC audio, boss. You know how little I like that.
It's the worst thing in the world.
It's at LAX. No, LAX was a close call between a Frontier jet and two ground vehicles that were barreling down the service road on the taxiway. No, from here.
No, but like
Same
a
idea,
LaGuardia-like
LaGuardia.
incident.
Oh, well, yeah. Except not a fire engine. It was like a little pickup truck.
Okay,
but
but
yeah.
a ground vehicle versus plane.
Yeah.
Okay, jerk. Guys, have a great night.
You too, Mike.
Bye.
Nice to see you.
See you.
Grab some water on your way out.
Okay.
Yep. Camera one is preventing me from seeing that.
Don't even pretend like you're under deep in thought. I know what's going on with you from my corners.
What'd I do?
Like you don't want to have eye contact with me, and you knew I was like staring at you.
For what?
For what?
No. Oh.
As soon as I'm like, really?
I'm a professional, Amy.
I'm like, not me. I'm like,
Let's see what YouTube has to say.
okay. Juan can't see you because of the camera. Yes, please. Okay, thank you. A mystery in the Bahamas. A Michigan woman disappeared Saturday. Her husband says she fell overboard during an evening boat ride, but now police have arrested him. And according to Ryan Hooker, he tried to reach his wife Lynette after she fell overboard during high winds and rough currents. But meanwhile, Lynette's son daughter says she doesn't believe his story.
Why is she swimming away from the dinghy? Why isn't she coming back to be on it with him? But Like, why didn't he stop and put the anchor out and look for her? Their relationship has been a lot of fighting and drinking lately, so I'm just kind of questioning what actually went on in the dinghy.
Well, in a statement, Brian's attorney said that he didn't do anything wrong. CBS News has learned U.S. authorities are looking into this as a criminal investigation.
Amy, a jury has found a doctor guilty of trying to kill his wife during a cliffside hike last year in Hawaii. 47-year-old Gerhard Koenig was convicted of attempted manslaughter, which carries up to 20 years in prison.
Yeah, I get you.
A couple had wildly different accounts of the violent
Okay, what's happening, England?
with Koenig claiming self-defense. Took a jury less than a day of deliberations to reach their decision following nearly 3 weeks of testimony. Koenig will remain in prison until his sentencing. That's in mid-August.
Copy.
The lawyer says they do plan to.
Nate, were you just checking on me?
Well, still to come, ghost companies, stolen identities, and non-existent care. Multiple arrested for fraud, but federal investigators say California isn't doing enough.
And I'm Simon editor Mike Rogers here at the desk. A major bust of stolen Legos. How much was recovered, where, and how deputies caught up with the suspects? That's ahead at 4:30.
All right, Mike, and the Getty getting a makeover ahead of the Olympics. How long the museum will be closed for renovations. This is great if all these things get
I know.
cleaned up.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it does. I'll play back the thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Little he looks.
Wow. Oh, wow. Who is that? And he's
Yeah.
That is. That's in Arkansas, isn't it?
Okay, so yes, unfortunately.
Thank you, Cal, for the impact.
Copy.
It is him. Oh, wow. It is Arkansas. He's gone gray. So
Yeah.
he looks different. Wait for any updates. We're halfway there, Katie. Well, his face different. I mean, his Instagram is Juju Report.
This is CBS LA at 4.
Now at 4, the state cracking down on a major identity theft ring.
Attorney General Rob Bonta saying a fraud scheme targeted hospice and Medi-Cal programs in LA. CBS LA's Jeff DeWitt has been following the investigation for us and joins us live from Glendale. Jeff?
Amy, a week ago, federal officials boasted that they had busted a $50 million fraud scheme, and now the Attorney General of California is hitting back at the Trump administration. As his office
I can't believe there's a bust in the Legos thing. That's amazing.
Thursday,
I thought for sure that was like long gone.
I've seen a lot of mails in front of David. According to court papers, a business listed at the address here is part of a hospice fraud operation targeting 14 companies in the billing space.
State Attorney General Rob Bonta says the city siphoned about $267 million of taxpayer money using fake identification purchased on the dark web.
Personal identifying information for people who live outside of California on the dark web, and then enroll them into covered California, posing as California residents.
He says that fake companies would file hospice care operations and then bill Medi-Cal for non-existing services. It's an issue CBS News has been investigating for months. Our cameras were with federal investigators early this month during a bust in San Dimas. The first assistant U.S. attorney in the Central District of California says state leaders aren't doing enough to root out the problem.
They are not taking it seriously, they're not passing the regulations, and they're not sending people to prison.
But Bonta says since he came into office in 2021, his team has conducted nearly 300 hospice-related investigations, filed 119 hospice criminal cases, and secured 51 convictions.
We're not too interested in the grading systems of the White House on this issue. They're just thinking about this issue for the first time. They're late to the party.
California Health and Human Services Secretary says thousands of fraudulent Medi-Cal claims have been thrown out. The state has taken additional actions against hospice claims to make sure real documentation is used.
There is a current moratorium that's currently in place through January of 2027 for no new licensed providers.
Bonta says charges have been filed against 21 suspects after 10 locations were investigated.
When was the last time you saw someone entering or coming out of that space?
I've never seen anyone coming in and out of that door.
And we have reached out to the management of this building, but they declined our request for an interview. In the meantime, Bonta says that 5 people have been arrested in this investigation, but right now their names are not being made public. We are live in Glendale. Jeff Nguyen, CBS LA.
Jeff, thank you. 2 people facing charges this afternoon accused of stealing $1 million in Legos.
That's what it looks like. Assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk of deputies in Kern County.
Yeah, you know what, and Amy, these Lego thefts have become so popular and so common lately because of the rarity of some of these Lego pieces that are being stolen. This one, though, was stolen out of an Amazon truck. Take a look at the pictures released to us by the Kern County Sheriff's Department. They say they caught 2 box trucks speeding off from this Amazon trailer after allegedly stealing $1 million worth of Legos out of the back of it. Now, the truck, we're told, was headed from Texas coming here to Southern California when it was intercepted by these 2 suspects. The suspects stole, as I mentioned, $1 million worth of these Legos, and they were both taken into custody after taking off in 2 separate cars. Now, both of the people that they arrested are from the Los Angeles region, one from the IE, one from here in LA County. They're both in custody now, facing a number of felony charges. The materials that were recovered will hopefully now go back to the original and correct owner of these Legos. But again, these Lego busts have become a really popular thing around the Southern California. Legos, Pokemon, all of the rare kind of things that these crooks can get their hands on.
Incredible they made the bus.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, thank you. Talking back on in Hollywood, the Performers Union, SAG-AFTRA, will resume negotiations with the major studios on April 27th. And that's thanks to an early agreement with the Writers Guild. One of the big negotiating stumbling blocks has been over the use of artificial intelligence. SAG-AFTRA wants more control over how AI will be used in the future. Other issues include help understanding benefits and actor residuals on streaming platforms. Union went on strike for nearly 4 months back in 2023.
One of Southern California's major attractions will be closing its doors for a year for renovations. The Getty Center says it will close beginning in March of next year with plans to reopen in spring of 2028. Now, officials say once completed, the project will allow for new ways to connect with art, improved accessibility, a renovated welcome hall, and campus-wide improvements. Getty says this is, the most significant modernizations since it opened back in 1997.
Great. Well, it's a tradition unlike any other. We're talking about the Masters Tournament in Augusta, Georgia.
Jim Mill joining us with action from the first round. Hi, Jim.
Yep. No, I haven't looked. Oh, wait, which one? No, he said no.
Still shots out there that you feel a little bit tight with, and you have to just stand up and commit to making a good swing. And I think it's easier for me to make those swings and not worry about where it goes when I know that I can go to the champions locker room and put my green jacket on and have a Coke Zero at the end of the day.
A Coke Zero.
The preparation doesn't change. My messaging changes throughout the season, but it's trying to get the team to the right point to go compete, play a basketball game, and make the adjustments that we need to make, and find the guys that are able to do it that night.
Sport has shaped me tremendously, from just knowing how to be disciplined, being very focused throughout everything.
It was this girl that came out of nowhere, was making boys cry, and it continued until she was about 13, 14, and didn't lose a match in high school, so it was fun to watch that and kind of her, set the bar for women's wrestling.
All right, thanks so much, Jim. Well, from skateboards to school books, why a beloved after-school program is now facing an uncertain future.
We don't have the support, we don't have the resources to continue.
Still ahead here at 4, the nonprofit mission to stay open for kids in East LA.
And they conquered the court, and now they're taking on the drive-through. Today's special Bruins meet and greet in Hollywood.
Manning the window at
There,
fast food joint. And they were serving it at the
they were doing the commercial Kings, yeah. So they were going to
Raising
serve,
Kings.
but they were shooting the commercial too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Kings Park.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Glad that they're getting some of that money.
I'm glad they're, which, think about
Yeah, the boys get it all the time.
all the, and think about just all the other sports people that just miss that cutoff. You never
They
got
only
it
do
done.
2. So they only do 2. So like, yeah, all the other
Yeah.
seniors are just those 2.
Well, I guess just gotta be happy for the future that they can, bank on that.
Face clip.
Hey, Rogers,
Yo.
did you check your top link?
Yes. I just responded to you.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, now it's flashing. I love it. I love it. I'm so happy. I love it.
I actually don't know. Yeah. It would make sense, but I don't know.
But hey, I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Well, how do you know Kings? Yeah.
Coachella Weekend 1 is nearly here, and fans know just how expensive it can be. So Aldi is rolling out a package to save your weekend and your wallet. Starting today, the grocery chain is offering a free festival refuel kit. The deal partners with Uber Eats for shoppers in the Coachella Valley with delivery right to your campsite.
Well, the Sold Out Festival kicks off tomorrow, marking 25 years of the iconic party in the desert. Sabrina Carpenter will take the stage on Friday with Justin Bieber slated for Saturday and Karol G on Sunday.
Lifelong test subjects, the Artemis crew isn't just on a mission, they're also a living experiment.
An after-school program for at-risk youth in East LA is on the verge of shutting down. It combines skating with tutoring. How you can help this program stay afloat financially and help these kids. That's coming up.
This is a guy who specializes in human news.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And he's got TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Hey. Okay, cool. But
Anyways, so I'm just always fascinated by those are great eyebrows. Like wow, those are
Yeah, those are nice.
oh my god, look at Josh Ruben's team just posted. There's under him. He was a friend of mine that breaks Hattendorf.
Oh, Jim Hattendorf.
Jim Hattendorf is there. Little Alan Carter. What about you?
Yeah. He was working on the web at the end.
Yeah.
Is that
YG.
Yeah.
That was
Greg.
no. Mike Allen.
Yeah.
I think he had a. Is it Greg?
Wow. That's very cool.
Celebrations with the UCLA women's basketball champions keep on coming.
Yeah, today a couple of the stars traded their jerseys for aprons and got to meet fans in Hollywood.
Warren Betts serving
Wow,
up
Warren
some
Betts
great
is
news
tall.
along with UCLA Bruins teammate Kiki Rice. After winning the
Warren
NCAA
Betts is your
Women's
height.
Championship, the two seniors shooting a commercial for the Austin Chicken
That was the fastest goal.
The two basketball stars on the court, now stars in a commercial.
This is so cool. We're so happy to be here. Our team loves canes, so this is really cool. And we have like a slogan on our team, we always say, let's get this chicken. So it's kind of perfect that we're here. So this is amazing.
The top draft pick
and great people is just like very moving. They will for sure go down as my favorite team in basketball college history.
The two answering questions about the history-making season and their team.
I think it's really amazing to see a team that's can compete at such a high level and win a national championship, but still have so much love and joy and enjoy each other's company. I think that's going to be something that will remember.
And they didn't get to spend too much time at the restaurant for the victory shift. They're already working towards their next win.
We don't have a ton of time to relax because we'll be heading out for the draft and all that's to come the WNBA. So I feel like we're just going to have a lot going on over these next few days, and we'll kind of get right back into it, honestly.
And we'll be watching. Well, after a record-setting first week of local pre-sales, tickets for the LA 2028 Olympic Games are officially on sale to the general public. Fans around the world have 10 days now to get seats for the games, but only if they receive a time slot for this ticket drop. LA 28 released the first batch of tickets to residents in SoCal and Oklahoma City, where some events will be held beginning last week.
Unsurprisingly, the cheapest tickets usually go the quickest. We've had hundreds of thousands of people purchase $28 tickets already. We still on our site right now, about a third of our tickets remaining are still under $200. So we've got a wide range of prices, a wide range of sports available.
Olympic officials say tickets at their lower prices will be available as new registration windows open up later this year. Fans can purchase up to 12 tickets per person for general sessions, 12 more for soccer, and a limited of 4 for opening and closing ceremonies. Many have complained about high ticket prices. We reported on that, and lack of availability for high-interest events.
Well, it's a retail shop, a classroom, and a skate park all rolled into one. But tonight, a unique lifeline for students in East LA is on the verge of a faceland.
A real special nonprofit has spent years helping local students hit their school books as hard as their skateboards. CBS LA's Rita Nakano shows us why the program is now in its
Ladies, this isn't just a skate park. A 14-year-old Priscilla Ulloa with so much more.
Oh, there's a lot of good things.
friends
The
got
large
tickets.
skate shop in East LA has retail in the front, a classroom in the middle,
I
and
had
a
the
skate
wind
park
up.
in the front.
I'm
And
hoping
my dream, my mission, and my goal is to
And then we could
help
reach out
the
to
community. Owner Maria Patty Robles runs both the shop and the nonprofit Urban Warehouse Skate for Education, a daily after-school program that provides free skateboarding lessons and tutoring to at-risk kids. Priscilla says since coming here in the fall, she's made many friends, and her homework seems to be easier.
There we go. It's not that complicated.
There's pretty much many subjects that I got better at, like math, English, and science. Parents tell me having a safe place like this has been such a blessing, and they've seen a big difference in their kids. Yes, un poco difícil. Her homework gets harder every year, Priscilla's mother Anna says. My English isn't sufficient enough to help her. Grant money pays for the college students and board, but those funds aren't being released. We keep lining up to over 30 grants for the last few months. Not to keep. Robles has been using the profits from the skate shop to fund the program. But because most of her customers are affected by the recent ice rates, money is tighter than ever. We lost, I would say, 70% of the customers. If I run out of my retirement, then that's going to be it. Last month, she sadly began turning students away simply because the program wasn't sustainable. It was a shock to the Ulloas. We know what happens when kids aren't occupied. I'm worried about Priscilla's future without the program, which I hoped would make her college ready, her mother says. According to a recent LA County study, youth from eastern Los Angeles have higher than average school dropout and juvenile incarceration rates. That's why Robles is asking for the community's support while scrounging up whatever she has left to help kids like Priscilla at least a few days a month.
My hopes is that more kids sign up.
I'm not gonna give up because this kid, they need help, they need guidance, so if I leave, how am I gonna get the support? In East LA, I'm Rita Nakano, CBS LA.
Probably noticed some changes in the weather. right?
Yeah, definitely. It was nice, warm afternoon, but then started to
A
get a
little
little
cooler,
cooler. Yeah.
cloudier too. Look behind us here, Ed. JD. That's right, it is.
It's
Yeah.
no, it's his daughter's birthday.
Oh, it is. You're right. His birthday was
His
2
birthday was
weeks
in
ago.
March.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his daughter's.
It's Layla's birthday. She's gonna be 3.
April 10th. Wow.
Happy Harvey.
That shot looked really good.
What?
The one that you shot today.
Oh, you could see?
It was good, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Really bold shot. Awesome.
No.
I don't know what we're talking about. The last block in the 4.
Okay, I'll look.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Just a little bit.
Okay, I see what you're. I'm doing a VO before she tosses to the package.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll get there somehow.
We'll get you there. We will get you there.
There you go.
All right. Thanks so much, Ed. And you at the top of the hour on CBS LA at 5, a USC student taking photos at a protest. His attorneys say he was shot with a projectile by federal agents. His devastating diagnosis. Plus, a close call at LAX, this one involving a plane and some vehicles on the runway. I'm Rogers at the desk that's gathering all of the information. Those stories and a lot more new at the top of the hour on CBS LA 5. That one is over to you.
Okay, we'll see you soon, Pat. Thank you. And before man returns to the moon, NASA wants more information about cells in space.
Yes, radiation, bone loss, and zero gravity sleep. Well, the high stakes checkup to see if the human body is really ready for life on the moon.
Well, the actual base is not. So, a lot of people.
So I'm off camera for this bow saw, right?
Yeah.
And then you talk stranger,
Yeah.
inspire someone when you say goodbye to me. That's what I understood.
Yeah, so I was thinking that you were staying here. And Amy's no, but Amy card you go.
One Good Mayor Studios, Susie's opening,
Is
and then it's you with Julie Lawrence. Correct? Yeah. And then Tony Montez with somebody, Sarah maybe, and then Julie and Ryan at the end.
You're gonna be taking turns with 6-7?
Yeah.
But are you gonna be out there? Yes. Okay. So we'll see there. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's 90 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
But it's like 4 days.
Yep.
It's scary, right? Well, we have a rehearsal on Monday.
Okay. Hey, Vinny, I got you.
Going up. A lot of people
Thanks.
are-
Okay, bye, YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not. You know, it's you technical people.
Hey, you can kill that.